Hello, and welcome to episode 4, which is all about what is the shadow self. It's a pretty big topic.
It's a massive topic. It's not really an easy one that you can condense into such a short time, but we can do our best.
We'll throw some words out there and hope for the best. So yeah, what is the shadow self, and how does one embrace that without feeling ashamed?
Alright, so my interpretation, bear in mind this is just our opinion, the shadow self is really just another, again, it's a part of you, and all it is for some of us, it's those parts of ourselves that, had maybe done things that aren't so nice, or ones that hold memories, deep memories that, we've had hidden and from trauma and things like that. It's kind of like, it's like that inner child of you that's been pushed aside. She may have experienced some bad things or whatever, but it is just another part of yourself. All it is that other half of you that we're afraid of. Most of us are afraid to dig deep into our inner psyche or our inner workings because of experiences that are painful or hard to actually put into words. And it all comes down to working on yourself. The more you're working on yourself, the more you start to connect with those parts of yourself. The biggest thing to addressing your shadow or to making peace with it is to shed light onto it. And like anything, is just open the door, start to do little bits at a time, and learning to love yourself or appreciate yourself in as a whole rather than just one part of yourself. It's like, people who, there's a lot of people out there who, who are born as female, but they realize that they're not female, that they are, in fact, male. So that those that struggle to find themselves, they're living in the shadows for a very long time before they go, okay, this is actually who I am. They've learned to speak up and start to acknowledge who they are. All it is acknowledging all those things about yourself. Like for me, I've made a shit ton of mistakes. I've hurt people. I've done wrong things. I've made poor decisions that have resulted in terrible things happening. And I've hidden from that, and I've kind of gone, oh, I've never done anything wrong. There's people that hide from it and go, they won't acknowledge themselves. They don't acknowledge, they don't take responsibility for the shit that they've done. Once you can actually stand up and take ownership and actually acknowledge your path, where you've come from, all your lessons that you've gone through, right or wrong, good or bad, doesn't really matter. Once you can start to own it and go, yeah, I've done that. Yes, that's a part of me. Yes, I've experienced that. Yes, I've made those decisions. But owning it, standing up and saying, yes, this is what I've done. Once you start to do that, you take away that stigma that's attached to it, where you think, because it's like a dirty little secret that you just, you don't want to acknowledge, because you think if you acknowledge it, that the whole world's going to see you and judge you. And that's what a lot of it comes down to. The reason why we avoid our shadow is fear of judgment. Not just from ourselves, but from everyone else around you. Fuck 'em. Seriously, fuck 'em, okay? Because our experiences, right or wrong, have brought you to this point. And if you're questioning now how to get in touch with that, then you're ready. You're ready to do that internal work that needs to be done. And we all do it. We're all born with different things. We all go through different experiences. But if you're actually asking questions now, then you're ready to start actually doing the work that needs to be done.
And by embracing those experiences, they almost become like stepping stones.
They do become like stepping stones.
So then you can go, hang on, instead of going back down into that cycle again, what the fuck did I do last time? Because I'm going to do it different this time.
Exactly.
And you're owning it.
Exactly.
And using it.
Yep.
For
and
betterment.
You use it, exactly, rather than hiding it because you're ashamed or because it was a deeply terrible time. And look, we've all gone through those experiences. I know I have. And I've experienced some terrible things, but I've had to really work my ass off on, acknowledging it and using those things, like you said, as a stepping stone to go, hey, I can actually do something with this now. Yeah. I love my shadow. I just, pardon the pun, our shadow that's always around, but I love my shadow self because I don't see it as a shadow. I see it as me. I see it as my inner child, and I've had to do a lot of work with her. I would give you a little tip that was given to me, and this was part of my workings through, with my coven training and everything. And my high priestess, she's amazing. She says to me, go home and write a letter to your inner child. Write a letter to her. Acknowledge her, because we go through life and we do ignore those parts of ourselves. So the first thing you want to do is write a letter to your inner child, because that is where your shadow is. Write a letter to her or him and acknowledge them and say hello. Say hello. Say sorry if you haven't been there. Apologize. Tell them that there's no need for them to feel shame, no need for them to feel dirty, no need for them to hide anymore. Acknowledge them, bring them out, let them come out, give them a platform to be acknowledged, and hold them and love them and tell them how amazing that they are. Because despite everything you may have gone through, you're still standing. You're still here. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge them, because it's just a part of you. That's all it is. And just remember that we're human. We're having a human experience. We're a spiritual being in a human body having a human experience. Maybe shit. Maybe really fucking shit. But you know what? You're not alone. You're not alone. There is no judgment. And most of all, there is no judgment from your inner child. They are not judging you. And you must not judge yourself. If your best friend was sitting in front of you saying, hey, I did this and I've made these mistakes, you would fucking embrace them. You would hug them, say, I fucking love you. You're awesome. Good on you for standing up. You need to do the same to yourself.
Beautiful.
You need to do the same to them. And acknowledge them. So
good juicy shit right there.
Good juicy shit.
Fucking embrace your shit.
Fucking embrace your shit. Cuddle yourself. Tell yourself, do you know what? Despite everything, I'm still here. I'm acknowledging that I'm absolutely ready to face that. Fucking awesome. This is brilliant. Take the next step.
Taking responsibility is a huge thing, and it has this sense of freedom with it.
It does. Like once you get past the fear.
When there's you're onto it, and there's no fear of judgment, no fear of fear, fear of failure, fear of success.
That is my bugbear. That is actually my bugbear.
All
so that is the one thing that I really do struggle with.
Yeah.
Is I'm afraid of success.
But when fucking flies. When you
things
I
now.
love you, flies.
I love you, fuck off. Put fucking wings up.
When
no
you when you just fucking embrace that, and you are accountable, and you acknowledge
we do talk in
your shadows, for example, by acknowledging, going,
I really wanted to punch her in the face. I was really fucking angry, and they're a bunch of bastards.
I don't like that, but I embrace it. But I'm just fucking human, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
And these are, and I sort of feel like these are the ways that we get closer to that truth,
to your own authentic self.
And there is only truth.
There's only
it's
truth.
Not yours. It's mine.
That's exactly right.
You know? So it's like, why am I hiding my truth from you? It's not your fucking truth.
It's not. It's your truth. That's exactly right.
And I'm going to own it, because I'm fucking fabulous.
That's exactly right.
And the closer you get to just being fucking fabulous, the closer you are on that path to enlightenment, which...
Exactly, and that's what we're all here to find.
Which you're not going to find.
You're not.
While you're alive.
Wait till you're dead, dude.
You won't be here.
No. What would be the point? What would you have left to do if you've done all that? Like, I'm not coming back. We've discussed this topic.
Yes.
Neither one of us are coming back for another life. Sorry, we've done it all now.
Lived your infinite number of lives.
Yeah, I'm done. I've said this for as long as I can remember. Well over 20 years. I'm done.
Done now.
I'm not coming back.
This is you?
This is my last time.
We better cram it in then.
Better cram. That's what it is. That's why there's so much shit happening now. See, be careful what you say and what you ask for, because they do give it to you, and that is another lesson in its fucking self. But yeah, enlightenment. I mean, working with your shadow self. That's when you look at the balance of life, light and dark. You know, you look at all that. It's no different, that fear when you're a child and you're afraid of the dark. And the truth is that with the light on, it's exactly the fucking same. It's just that you cannot see it.
It's just the lack of light.
And it's that fear of not knowing, and that not knowing and that mistrust.
Yeah.
And doesn't that come down to everything? It's about trust. It's about knowing yourself and understanding yourself and accepting it and going, it's okay.
until that line's kind of blurred and there is no
Yeah.
longer a shadow self
No.
and a light self.
You just
It's
like
just self.
exactly
It's just self.
in its entirety.
It just is. It's just perception. It's just experience.
Yep.
It's just there. You know, things are there to be learned from.
Yeah, that's right.
And things are there to be, you know,
They're all lessons.
to be owned from the learning.
That's
and
right.
it just piles up and piles up.
It does just pile up. So,
And the more awesome you are.
you'll just show it and you'll flow. It's fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
Trust.
The shame. The shame thing is huge. I think, especially if you're born with a vagina. You're sort of born into this world.
My vaggie's very shameful.
You're sort of born into the
Bad
world
vag.
feeling like you're not good enough.
Well, yeah. Yes, actually. Yes.
You know?
That's exactly right.
You're not a man, therefore shame
You're
on
less
you.
than. You're less than.
And I think, you know, once you get over that shit and you go, actually,
I'm pretty fucking
this
awesome.
is, I've got this. I
I'm
can do this.
powerful,
I have
I can do
everything
this.
that I need.
Yep. We do.
And owning it, responsibility, acceptance,
Yeah.
authenticity, truth. It's just you. You're not that fucking scary.
Don't hide from yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing to hide from. There's nothing to fear but self. Why be afraid of that? Why be afraid of who you are? I mean,
I'm like the least scariest person that I've ever.
I'm not scary. I have a big mouth. I'm loud, but I'm not scary. I'm a fucking pussycat. I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very soft, very gentle, and I'm very emotional, which is I get very emotional, but I also get very passionate, and there's other side things. So and we're all made of that. We're all elemental. We all have those emotions and that shit that goes with it. Again, part of your shadow self is those experiences. You know, I have been aggressive. I've been angry. I've had bad relationships, and I've done things that I'm actually no longer ashamed of, but I was for the longest time. I was embarrassed and ashamed, and people that say in a situation when something goes wrong, oh, it's not my fault. They did it all. That's when someone's not willing to look at themselves. That's when you're hiding from your own shadow. When you start to go, do you know what? This situation happened. It was fucking horrible. I own my responsibility in how I handled myself. Could have been better.
You did the best that you could do at the time,
You did the best you
right?
could at the time with the tools you had.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You know, not all of us, we're not born with a toolkit and shown the way. It's learning. It's all it is. But don't hide from yourself. Go and write a letter to your inner child.
That's fucking
You tell
gold.
them how
like that.
fucking awesome they are, and apologize, and tell them that you love them, and tell them that, you know, whatever it is that you never got to hear as a child, what you feel you never got to hear and feel as a child. Go and write that letter to your small self, and you tell that child everything you needed to hear. Go do that, and acknowledge them, okay? Because that's what we need. All right, go do that. That's the starting point. Go
Shadow
do that.
self.
Shadow self. Peace, y'all.
Bless you.
Good luck, guys. But yes, and keep searching for that enlightenment, and I don't mean that light coming from the train at the end of the tunnel. I mean just keep bettering your life, and yeah, and that's all you can do.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Well, if you do, own it.
Yeah.
If you do
Embrace.
it, accept it, and say I was a dick.
Embrace the dick.
Embrace the dick. That's a complete other conversation too. But just accept it. It's, you know what, we're human. We're gonna fuck up. It's life. But
Keeps it interesting.
It
Keeps us learning. Fuck.
definitely keeps it
It'd be
interesting.
boring.
Oh God. I'm far from boring. It must be the Aquarian. Fucking psychotic Aquarians that just
Fuck.
psychotic. Well, everything is rather colourful, and we have decided that the perfect world. Oh, we did talk about enlightenment. We've discovered what enlightenment is. We have made our decision. Enlightenment is a glitter kitchen or a glitter house. Glitter is enlightenment. When your
can
house
never
is shrouded in
have
glitter,
too
you have
much
reached
sparkle.
enlightenment. I know. Go sparkle, everyone. Sparkle the shit out of your
Sparkle.
life. It's all good.
Sparkle and then send us your
Sparkle.
questions.
Yes, sparkly questions. Send me your pictures, your sparkly pictures. I like sparkles. All right, guys. Hopefully that answered some questions for you. usual, like, subscribe, share the shit out of it. And leave your comments below. Check out our Facebook pages and our website pages. And yeah. And we will see you in the next episode. Coming up soon.
See ya.
Bye, guys.